Hello, this is your pal from Blu-ray Cinema, and this is Blu-ray Cinema onto another video where we talk about movies of past and present and tomorrow and of yesterday. You know this channel, you know what it is, so that's it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, and then there's other things to talk about, which people have talked about already, but you know, kind of like the news is going on, but it's rumor news, but we'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, I was going to write stuff down about this, so you know, I know what to talk about today. Because yesterday was, one of those days yesterday where I couldn't do a video, so I'm sorry about that. So you'll get, like, tomorrow. Sorry about that. But today we're talking about this. This is from television. But I did get this with Ringer Syndrome before television went on its own. And this is what I showed in a video before, the WNF Howling Special. Now you can get a different cover from this on television site if that's still available. I don't think it is anymore. I think this is totally out of print. I can't find this anymore. This came out 2013, and it's it's about a newscast gonna investigate the murders that happened in the house in 1987 on Halloween. But it didn't happen in 87, but it looks like a newscast from 1987. Even the commercials, and you got a person fast forwarding all the commercials, but they didn't like, and kept the ones they did like, and some of them are funny. So this is like a horror comedy, but like a newscast, of doing a sorry, found footage, but it's not found footage. But feels like a mockumentary, documentary style stuff, not Ghost Month, but you know what I'm talking about, that movie. They came out a couple years after this, yeah, in the 90s. Where that's more like a found footage thing, but So this is what you get, and it says it's like a VHS cover right here. And it says on here, if I can read this really, it says something on front here, but I can't read. But all right, it shows right here like a videotape thing. Especially you can see that. I hope you can see it, or do I flip it this way? Maybe it's this way. I think it's this way. And then you got WNF on the side there with the little television logo right there. And it looks like somebody made a VHS, and in the back has a little Halloween pumpkin lollipop. And it says about this videotape belongs to blah blah blah, like personalized. And it says SP right there. Wait, if people remember videotapes back in the day. If you said videotapes, then good for you, because then you know my generation where that's been. And so this is like where it says play and the Halloween special. They show kid on cover, but that kid is not in the video, or if he is, maybe. So it says we're experiencing technical difficulties because you got this news reporter going to this house where murders happen, and then they bring like two people, like they're from not the ones well known for The Conjuring, but these two old people who experiencing paranormal, and they bring a priest. And then there's a cat in there, which you barely see the cat. And then things happen gradually in the house where they ask stupid questions, and they get prank phone calls in the house because they're doing it live, and and then they all get randomly killed and disappeared in a weird way, and and stuff. And then during the whole news reporting, saying to where the guy investigates the house where murders actually they happen. You have all these commercials. Old like Halloween commercials from the 80s about hay rides, candy, don't, stranger danger. Bob, it's very fucking funny. Bob, it's hilarious. There's the back right there. It's all orange. In the back. And you got special features. You audio commentary from the director. All new 2021 group commentary with cast and crew because this got released in 2021, y'all. Cutting room commercials, outtakes and bloopers. Excuse me. Rewinding the fast forward segments. How he aged WNUF because how they really filmed it and how they aged it to look like an old VHS tape. The original trailer, television records, WNUF album promo, WNUF Christmas special, and long lost WNUF commercials we discovered 2021 with commercials they did not use for the movie, and outtakes and cut room commercials they didn't use for me. That were up to cut room for. And we wanted to fast forward segments. You can see fast forward the segments that were fast forward. You can see them in full. So yeah, this is not rated. This is 83 minutes, and it's very, very good. You can see in the back there a little bit, right there. And so yeah, this is very, very good. I mean, you got somebody acting who actually want to fast forward to stuff they didn't like. And it's just random shit, but it's very, very good. Now, enough of that. But that's the Halloween, Blu-ray I recommend. If you can find it. Because I don't know if you can find this on Diabolic, on Half Price Books, on Amazon if you need to. I don't know. If it's like this, the fingers, if Television put a standard of this, you may be able to find it, but not with their special slip cover or like this. You're probably going to get just like this. And that's okay. But it's hard to find it like this. I wish Television stayed with Vinegar Syndrome, but what you're going to do, Television right now is still trying to put out Big Top Pee-wee. And they're putting out Student Bodies right now in 4K, which I haven't seen in a while. But if you like satire and comedy and like spoofs like The Naked Gun and Top Secret and stuff like that. I guess Student Bodies was parodying horror films and Halloween before Scary Movie did it, and that's true. So you may want to check that out. Doesn't mean you're going to like it or hate it or you won't like it or you might like it. I don't know. Everybody's opinion is different. So is mine. I haven't seen that movie in years. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I haven't seen it in years, so yeah. But put this down for a second. What is in the news is rumor mill about Shout Factory going out of business and realistically they're not. Yes, they're having bid sale. Yes, they're getting rid of films. A lot of their store exclusives, which I think is okay. They're getting a lot of those, and a lot of films. They don't. They're cleaning out a lot of their inventory. So that doesn't mean they're going out of business. Because what the thing is, a lot of people heard from people that actually work there, and they said, no, we're not going out of business. We bought like a whole library of films that we're waiting to put out of 2026 and 27. We're not going to business. We're just cleaning out inventory right now. So you will see stuff down. Meaning they're having like bid sale on top of another. And hopefully the sale goes into November because I would like to get some stuff, But But that's the thing. People think, oh, they're going out of business because, they laid off a certain number of people because of the tariffs and all that shit. Okay. That's to be expected, I guess, because I don't know what that situation is, and I don't know, and we don't, American consumers, the public don't know all about that. And so, you know what I mean? Without going into it. But other than that, I would just leave the rumor mill about that alone and say, hey, it was just more to it. And I don't think there is. I think the tariffs had something to do with it. No one would just say it might, but nobody's 100% on it. Two, Film Rise got into a company and laid off 15% of the workers. So, I mean, that's not a big number, but still, that's okay. And furthermore, movies that people don't want anymore, they're going to get rid of. Because nobody's buying them, or, they got lower prices down so they can clean up inventory, get more inventory for next year. So, when I'm getting rid of Darkness, when I'm getting like Equalizer 2000, when I'm getting rid of Bury Me an Angel, or something like that, and some Japanese Ultraman type thing, and Cobot sets, and, this films people are not going to want, or never heard of, or because I've seen Darkness and I don't like it. I've seen Crimson Rivers 1 and 2 and I don't care for them. I've seen Venomous. It's pretty. It's a pathetic snake movie. I've seen snake movies, throughout my life, and I've seen most of them, if not all of them. And Venomous, I think it came in 2000 or in the 90s, and it sucks. It's no Anaconda. It's no, you know what I mean? And just, this, 2 movies in one, and all in some vinyl stuff, and, and bot sets like Hill Street Blues and Cars and Bartender, whatever that is. I don't know what Bartender is. Is that a show? Is it a documentary? I don't know. Just stuff with the, or just Blu-rays that been there for a long time. They want, they don't have too many left. I mean, the ones those are going out print. I mean, ones are selling out now because they're having a sale, but they'll have those back, like Wrath of Man and They Live and all that shit. They'll have those back because people are still buying those and still have a lot of inventory in those. I don't know. I know they'll get more in. But stuff going out print. Yeah, you might get a Nightbreed Director's Cut. You might get rid of, Exorcist 3, the Blu-rays. Okay, I see. But, Shout Factory has done a pretty good job. So, us consumers, us people who love Shout Factory, even though it hasn't been the same last couple years, because they want a little bit more mainstream and stuff, come a little slack. Just come a little slack. Because you know why? Because we love that company, and they're going to be around a couple more years. I know it. So, because somebody made the rumor, oh, they're going out of business because they're selling all this shit, or they fired 15%. Big deal, okay? They're not going out of print. I mean, they're not going out of business, all right? They're not. Cut them some slack. Don't make a big deal out of a rumor that somebody made when somebody doesn't know all the fucking information out there, and they think they can say all this shit about them, and it's not even the whole story. Because we don't know the whole story. I have never talked to Shout Factory, but one of these days, people made that rumor. Maybe one of these days I will, because I know someone like me can be calm and talk to these people, but at least I'll be very nice to them. And tell them I'm a YouTuber, I have a channel, I review films, I talk about movies. I'm passionate about them. You know, who knows? Maybe they'll reach me on a live stream one of these days, or they'll watch my stuff and they'll get a hold of me. Who knows if that day will come? But that's nor here nor there. But please, people, cut Shop Factory some slack. They've done a good job so far. And they're going to continue, just because they just bought Hong Kong stuff and some other stuff that we don't know about yet. They're going to put out next year. Then it should be good. People start rumors because they have nothing else better to do. That's all. People have nothing else better to do. And and go on these forums and say, hey, this is happening, this happening. When they don't even look into it or go into detail why, or have even or do their homework, or do the research, or check the references or the resources. And you know what? And that sucks, because then everybody believes, and people will believe that rumor and think it's true, and say, I'm going to give on Shop Factory and all these companies because they're going. No, don't. Because then you're giving up on a company that you had to go through for years, that you gave them your money, got their stuff from them for years. And, that's not good for business either. So don't believe the hype, don't believe the rumors. When something is 100% accurate, always, it's in the know. And if you don't know, then just leave it alone. That's all I'm going to say, leave it alone. But other than that's about it. I mean, there's not really been news also out there for the Blu-ray 4K community or otherwise. But I do highly recommend this. So, it may or may not be out of print. It may be out of print on television. But if you can get this through another site, another company, another third party, so be it. Because this is fun. This is great. This is awesome. I highly do recommend this. It's, my review is very, very, very well done. Very fun. You can watch this. You can do stuff in the house and watch this from beginning to end. It's so good. Other than that, this is Blu-ray Cinema. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you on the next. And so, bye.